You might be wondering, how did ancient Stoic philosophers view desire and love? Were they hopeless romantics or detached and aloof? Did they pursue pleasure in multiple relationships or emphasize the responsibilities of marriage? In this presentation, I'll explore the Stoic perspective on desire, love, and their connection to philosophy. First, it's essential to distinguish between love and desire, though today we often confuse the two. Unconditional love can be considered the purest form of affection, and this is fully within our control. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus described what lies within our control as free by nature, unbound, and unconstrained. Because of this, we are capable of giving unconditional love without expecting anything in return. The quality of such love does not depend on external circumstances. In contrast, desire is a craving that is beyond our control. When driven by desire, we long for another's body, and when that body is out of reach for any reason, we suffer. Epictetus described what lies outside our control as weak, enslaved, bound, and belonging to others. In modern Western society, I observe a significant emphasis on romantic love. This ideal has become so central that it often surpasses other pursuits, even overtaking religion and spirituality in many secular nations. Many people live their lives chasing romantic love, making it the focal point of their existence. However, there is a problem with this pursuit. When two people fall in love, they often experience an intense phase of infatuation known as the honeymoon period. This phase might simply be a natural biological drive encouraging reproduction, but it doesn't last forever. As the initial excitement fades, it's not uncommon for people to feel deceived. In hindsight, they see a person full of flaws they had previously overlooked. The result is often a desire to seek out new emotional highs, abandoning those who no longer seem to fit their ideals. This form of love is self-serving rather than serving the other. Romantic love, in many cases, is rooted in attachment and aversion. We cling to someone and fear the idea of being separated from them. As Epictetus said, "He who does not get what he desires is disappointed, and he who faces what he dislikes is miserable." This state of misery is common in relationships, often manifesting as jealousy. Jealousy between lovers can be incredibly destructive. It's a fear-based emotion that arises from the anxiety that a partner might leave us for someone else. This often leads to possessiveness and the need to control the other person's actions to ensure they don't do things we find displeasing. But this too is just another form of attachment. Such relationships are far from virtuous and do not lead to inner peace. However, contrary to what some might think, Stoic philosophers were not opposed to relationships. They simply did not encourage attachment or excessive sexual passion. For instance, Seneca considered indulgence in lust to be among the gravest of sins. He once said, "Among the worst cases, I count those who are given to drunkenness and lust, for these are the most shameful obsessions." Seneca believed that those who lived solely for their appetites and desires bore the mark of disgrace. He even suggested that those prone to anger, greed, or violence at least sinned in a more manly way. This doesn't mean we should avoid experiencing desire altogether. Sexual pleasure can be seen as an indifferent preferred, a state not governed by emotion, but by a Stoic virtue known as moderation. This balance allows one to engage in physical pleasures without being controlled by them, maintaining self-discipline and preventing the descent into obsession. For the Stoics, the key was never to let desire dominate or disrupt the tranquility of the soul. Love, when approached through the lens of Stoic wisdom, is not about possession or fleeting excitement, but about cultivating genuine affection that is free from the chains of dependency or uncontrolled passion. Unlike the indulgence in desire, Seneca held a deep respect for love and meaningful relationships with others. In fact, Stoic philosophers placed great importance on marriage and the duties that come with it. They valued the institution of marriage and were outspoken against divorce and infidelity, views that are in complete alignment with the ethical principles of Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasizes living a virtuous life, where morality is prioritized above all else. The Stoic philosopher Musonius Rufus also held marriage in high regard. seeing mutual care and companionship as the foundation of a successful marriage. He once remarked, "In marriage, there must be a complete partnership and mutual concern between both husband and wife, in health and in sickness, at all times, for they enter into marriage not only to bear children, but also to care for each other." Musonius observed that when individuals in a marriage focus solely on their own interests while neglecting their partner, that marriage is destined to fail. This resonates in many modern marriages, where couples, though living under the same roof, seek fulfillment outside the relationship. Musonius referred to such an existence as worse than solitude. While the Stoics recognized the importance of love, they also advised against attachment to the things we cherish. Ultimately, whether it's a spouse, a friend, a child, or even a beloved pet, none of these are truly within our control, and we could lose them in the blink of an eye. Epictetus once said, "Never say of anything, 'I have lost it,' but instead say, 'I have returned it.' Has your child died? They were returned. Has your wife passed away? She was returned." This Stoic perspective can be particularly helpful for those who are anxious about the potential for future betrayal by their partner. If it happens, remember that it is not a loss. It is simply the natural course of things. To keep it straightforward, the essence of love within Stoic philosophy lies in its potential to promote virtue. A relationship, such as marriage, can be seen as a vehicle for the good, through mutual care and the raising of children. This idea echoes in religions like Christianity and Islam, where marriage is often regarded as the rightful path for two individuals to practice both love and desire. Although Stoics are not cold or distant from human emotions, they place virtue at the forefront. Intimate relationships and virtue do not necessarily have to be at odds. In fact, desire can be part of a virtuous life, as long as it is not abused. But let's be honest, aren't there greater, more noble pursuits beyond fleeting pleasures? It's a question worth pondering. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and share to spread this positive message. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.